Now, Kenyans have been rated as the third most innovative in the sub-Saharan Africa. Most solutions to some of the regional problems have been born in this country, including mobile money transfer, among many other innovations. Even as thousands of men and women are warming up, up for the annual Nairobi Innovation Week next month, real estate investors have not been left behind. Land Lay-by, a real estate firm, provides innovative solutions to diaspora investing back home. And of course, joining me in the studio is the Executive Director, Peter Tole. A very warm welcome to our program this evening.
Thank you.
All right. And even being a stakeholder in this entire, Innovation Week that we have here in Nairobi, maybe give us a little bit of background on what this entails.
Okay. So basically, we are a company that specifically takes a lot of interest in solving land acquisition problems for Kenyans who are living in diaspora as well as Kenyans who are living in Kenya. And we've taken it a step further. We're also looking after migrants all over the world. If you look at the remittances that migrants actually send back home, it's almost more than 600 billion, which is a lot of money. It's actually 4 times more than the funds that we receive from donor nations. So we need to keep the money coming back to us to develop our country. Now, we have looked at the issues that would impede the investors, or rather diasporans, from investing back home, and we actually trying to solve these problems. And that's the reason we came up with our innovative ideas to try and help promote more diasporas to bring money back home and build the economy.
How has that been so far, and is this the first time that this Innovation Week is being held here in the country?
Well, I think we're doing pretty well. We've got stakeholders all over the world. We've got participants in New York, in India, in New Zealand, who are trying to build whatever we're building. We've done well so far. In the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we'll be coming up. We'll be releasing our minimum viable product, and Kenyans and actually Africans all over the world will have an opportunity to play around with our system and see how it can solve their problems.
Land Lay-by is quite an interesting concept. How exactly does it work?
So basically, lay-by is an Australian term that denotes a situation where you want to buy something, but you can't really afford it. So you come in and put a deposit so that you can pay for it later on. It's synonymous to what we call to derivatives in the financial world, but they're specifically applied for land purchases.
How bad is the state when it comes to investing in land while in diaspora?
Honestly, it's pretty bad, and it's not just only in Kenya, all over the world, and that's why we have branches in Ghana. That's why we are going to set up branches in Ethiopia as well as Papua New Guinea, because everyone takes advantage of Kenyans in diaspora or migrants in diaspora because they think we have money trees in our backyard. And of course, we are kind of privileged in terms of how much we earn back in diaspora, but it doesn't mean we've got all the money to lose. So for instance, if I want to buy land, for instance, I live in Melbourne, Australia. If I want to buy land in Kenya, I'll probably call my dad, or I'll call someone that I think I trust. But because they think I earn a lot of money, they'll probably inflate the price, and I have no way to actually determine what the actual price is. So geographical barrier plays a great role in actually making the whole system flow.
All right. And how exactly does Land Lay-by really solve the problem of land acquisition?
Okay. So number one, we reduce the risk of land acquisition to our potential clients. For instance, instead of buying a block of land for 450,000, we give you an opportunity to buy it for only 10,000 by putting in a deposit that would probably be 100,000, and you can put that deposit in 10 monthly installments. So what that means is you pay only 10,000 every month for 10 months, and in essence, you've actually reduced your risk from 450 to 10,000. So after you've made 3 payments, if you feel, well, this is not for me, you're only going to lose 30,000 as opposed to losing 450,000. Now, secondly, we've taken it a step further. We're building a system that is based on blockchain technology. Now, as you know, blockchain technology is big all over the world. And in fact, I was looking at a report this morning. Kenyans are actually ranked 5th amongst Bitcoin holders per GDP globally. So that's really big for Kenya. And if you walk on the streets of Kenya, 1 out of 10 will probably know about blockchain technology. So just imagine what happens in the next 5 years or 10 years. Everyone will just be chanting about blockchain. So we're really excited because of this platform. Number one, blockchain technology normally offers a trusted layer such that when you're dealing with someone who is across the other side of the transaction, you actually don't need to trust them because the platform itself is trustworthy. Yeah.
So it's risk-free?
It is absolutely risk-free. Yep.
All right. Away from that, what are the most important do's and don'ts that one has to ensure they take a look at before acquiring land?
Well, okay. Number one, you got to do your due diligence. Number two, you need to know who you are dealing with. Number three, if you're dealing with agents, you've got to be very wary. Now, as a diaspora client, of course, how do you do due diligence? I mean, do you have to write an email to your advocate or do you have to call someone? See, there's so much that can go against you to the point that you literally give up along the way. So what we're trying to tell diasporans and migrants all over the world, if they come to our platform, because our platform is based on blockchain technology, and blockchain technology offers real-time data. Like for instance, if you've got a block of land, say, in Isinya, if you log into our platform, you'll be able to see real-time data right when you are logging into the platform. Yeah, and that would help you make decisions.
And you also advise your clients in terms of maybe what they prefer, what kind of land they prefer. Do you give such kind of advice to your clients as well?
We actually do. So one of the innovations is actually what we call a land value curve. When land appreciates in value, it normally follows a particular curvature. And so it's like an S-shaped curvature. Yeah. Now, if you want to make money out of land, you have to know exactly where you are getting in. Now, because we've been in this for the last literally 40 years, because most of our family members basically deal with land, we're able to identify areas that are going to appreciate exponentially in value. And yes, we do advise our clients where to pick these properties.
Definitely. Yeah. Now, land in Kenya is generally profiled as a very interesting venture with lots of fraudsters. So how do you deal with that?
Well, honestly, it's not just in Kenya. Countries like Georgia, Ghana, literally all developing countries in the world have that problem. Now, the best way to solve this problem is basically through technology. If you look at government entities, they've really tried, but we keep on getting let down by elements that, for instance, are in the land registry. I mean, you can't really control them.
And there's so many cases of, land fraudsters across the different parts in our country. And you say this is not just a problem that is affecting Kenya. But then again, you ask the question, is this technology able to give a solution to that problem?
Well, it is. I'll tell you something. World Bank is actually it's actually seeking for innovations that would post land titles to the blockchain. I've actually been in contact with World Bank myself. So it is a potential solution to these problems, yes. Now, I think for Kenya, we need first to start with making our records digital. Yeah, that's the first step. And after we've made them digital, then we could post them to the blockchain. The beauty of blockchain is it offers data immutability. If you post an item to the blockchain, there's no way it can be deleted, and it can actually be accessed. The information can be accessed by anyone all over the world, anywhere in the world. Yeah. And that's the beauty. And with blockchain as well, you kind of get rid of intermediaries. Yeah. It's intermediaries actually who cause problems.
All this chaos that we see between landowners and potential buyers.
Precisely. So blockchain technology actually takes care of the intermediary. It actually just puts them out of equation. So you actually deal with the owner as opposed to dealing with an intermediary who would probably protract the whole process and probably, you know, mark up the price to a point that is actually ridiculous to complete the transaction. Yeah.
And that's quite a big problem in the country. So how do you deal with Kenyans with bad credits seeking to own land?
Well, okay. So number one, with our innovation, you basically don't need to get ready. I mean, 10,000 is equivalent to $100, and most Kenyans in diaspora can easily afford $100 every month. So we don't have any issues at all in terms of bad credit. And in fact, we always tell all our clients that we are open to anyone. You know, your financial history is not history to us. We don't even look at that because we know our products are affordable. We actually concentrate on social impact aspect of this technology, whereby we come to you and we enable you to acquire a block of land without going to the bank. You don't need any bank loans. All you need to have is 10,000 per month, and we will give you a block of land. And we've done it since 2014. There's quite a number of our clients in the US, quite a number of our clients in Melbourne, and I think it's going to get bigger when we incorporate the blockchain technology into our system.
And there are different ways of, or rather different payment methods as well you're providing to potential clients. Is that true as well?
Precisely. So there's some clients who are kind of risk averse. The others who value risk so much. So we will determine what sort of risk level you subscribe to. And for people who don't really want to lose anything because of their previous bad experiences, we would give you a payment plan that actually lowers your risk to probably 10,000 a month.
All right. And for that person who's watching right now and they want, of course, to get involved using this particular technology to own a piece of land, what advice would be most appropriate coming from you?
Okay. So number one, the world is changing. There's a lot of disruption that is occurring at the moment with blockchain technology. Kenya is among the few countries in Africa and actually in the world that have come up in the limelight. And I will be telling Kenyans, hey, don't lock out technology. You need to understand what blockchain technology is. Like, for instance, we're running master classes every month. I would advise people to come to our Parklands office and learn more about blockchain, not about Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just the first application of blockchain. We'll be teaching you the important fundamental tenets of blockchain technology and how it can be applied to solve quite a number of problems that we have over here in Africa. Secondly, there's an issue of dead capital, which is quite rampant. How many people in Kenya have blocks of land that don't have titles? And they're just things. If you have a block of land that doesn't have a title, it's just a thing. You can't take it to the bank. You can't get a loan. You can't do anything with it. Now, with this technology, we are able to issue to actually convert the informal systems of land registry to formalized system that will be posted to the blockchain. And this will help ease a lot of dead capital. It's estimated to be around 10 trillion all over the world. So we're really excited about the social impact that we're going to have to Kenyans and Africans all over the world and probably most developing countries. So Kenyans, I would urge them, please open yourself, learn a little bit more about blockchain technology. You can come to us, it's free. We won't charge you anything for it.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Mr. Peter Toll, Executive Director, Land Labor, a real estate firm that provides innovative solutions to diasporans investing back